Hey, kia ora, Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Surprise in Arizona. Hope you're having a super fantastic, sparkling day. Welcome to Before the Dirt Nap, number 1779, Dial M for Murder. And I apologize for being a little not looking as good as I normally do. I woke up this morning with a migraine and have been battling it all day. Thankfully, it has subsided enough that I am now functional. So thank you for tuning in, and I apologize for not having the bright lights on, but even these ones are a little bright at the back. Let's see. Dial M for Murder. So 2 nights ago, Wednesday, we watched Dial M for Murder from 1954 with Grace Kelly. Who else was in there? Ray Milland and Robert Cummings. Great movie. It's Alfred Hitchcock movie, of course, in true Hitchcock style. Lots of twists and turns and unexpected, although this time I did kind of work out what was going to happen. But it was a good movie. I really enjoyed it. I hadn't seen it before, and it was just a really good movie. It was basically about a guy who used to be a tennis player and finds out that his wife has committed adultery, and so he plans her murder. And that's basically the storyline. I can't tell you anything more because it would spoil it for you. And then last night I was going to watch Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, but I just didn't feel up to it because I had to get ready to go to San Diego. And as you can see, we didn't make it to San Diego. And I'm thankful that the migraine hit before we left and before I had to take Zeffie to the dog sitters because I was going to drop her off on the way out. And so I'm thankful that it happened before I left, because had I been on the road and it hit, I don't even want to think about that. It was, triple digits outside today, and we've just stayed inside all day. I have slept most of the day. This is the first time today I've kind of felt human again. So, but so Dial M for Murder was the one that we watched 2 nights ago. Tonight, I'm probably not going to watch anything. I didn't have anything planned to watch. I was going to watch Guess Who's Coming to Dinner last night with Spencer Tracy. Spencer Tracy? Yes, Spencer Tracy, Sidney Poitier, and Katharine Hepburn in it. But wasn't feeling up to it. Had to, get my stuff ready to go for today. So now I've got bags packed and they're not even in the car. They are packed. They just didn't make it in the car because that was going to be first thing this morning. So, so now I've got to unpack. But so this weekend, I probably will get to watch a couple of movies. Guess Who's Coming to Dinner maybe tomorrow night, because I'm not going to even watch TV tonight. It's just going to be a very quiet night of doing as little as possible. Maybe reading, I don't know. Maybe just going straight to bed. I still have to walk Zeffie, so we'll go and do that. But we'll do that closer to 7:30 when it's going to be hopefully a little cooler than what it is now. And I don't even know what the temperature of the day was. I've had my phone off all day. What is it with telemarketers? There's a question for you. My phone the last couple of weeks has been going crazy with robocalls and telemarketers, and I'm thinking, did my do not the do not call list, did that expire or something? Because all of a sudden it's just like I'm getting 30 to 40 a day. I haven't even looked at my phone today. Let's see, hourly. What we get around 7 o'clock? 102. So it'll be somewhere between 102 and 99 when we go for a walk around 7:30. And sunsets at 7:41, so we can still walk in the daylight, which is good. But it'll be the nice soft daylight, which will be even better. So that's somewhere in the high 30s, because 104 is 40. So that would be probably around 39, 38 degrees Celsius for my Kiwi and my Aussies and the other metrics people in my life. So that's basically it for tonight. I'm just doing this really quick, really short. I apologize for being so short tonight. But if you want a good Alfred Hitchcock movie, Dial M for... I might do an Alfred Hitchcock. I should go see all the movies, figure out all the movies he's done and which ones I want to watch. I know I don't want to watch Psycho. Maybe I'll do an Alfred Hitchcock one time. And I had somebody ask me where I find all these movies. Most of them I have on DVD or Blu-ray. And there's some that I've purchased, and I am famous for doing this. Brad could tell you I would come home with movies and he'd go, "Oh, gee, that one." I said, "It sounded good." And he goes, "But you've never seen it." I said, "So?" famous for just going and buying some really good movies and just taking them home and watching them for the first time in our theater that we had back east in Virginia. So yeah, a lot of these I already had. Some of them are like Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, had to take that out of the wrapper, but I had seen that movie before. Dial M for Murder had to come out of the wrapper, but I had not seen that one before. So I do have some that I have not seen before and having to unwrap them before I play them. And for those that I don't have on Blu-ray or DVD, I actually own on have purchased on Amazon Prime, because I found out that Amazon Prime is now putting ads, they say limited ads on any of the things that you watch with them now. And I'm like, seriously? And if you want ad-free, you've got to pay an extra $3 a month or something. And I'm like, I'm giving them $100 and something a year for Prime, and you want me to pay on top of that? Yeah, no. I just won't watch Prime stuff anymore unless I own it. Because if you own it, they don't put the ads on. And if I'm watching it through BritBox or Acorn or Netflix, and here's the thing, Netflix I got free through T-Mobile, I think it was. I know I got Apple TV through T-Mobile as part of my subscription with them. It's one of the perks that they have. I think I also got Netflix through them as well. I think. Yeah, I think that was that one. So yeah. So the only time I watch Prime is if it's something I've already paid. If it's something I own through Prime, then I get it ad free. So can you help? But their commercials are all about their own. But I pulled up a movie the other day and totally forgetting about this thing. They've now got these limited ads on. And I looked across, and it shows you the time strip across the bottom, and there's all these little breaks. Like, I'm like, it's a 2-hour movie, and there was like about 10 breaks in this thing. I'm like, absolutely not. That just kills the flow of the movie when you start putting commercials in there, which is why I went to streaming, because I don't like commercials. And I just didn't want, and it was all going to be their old self-promotion and everything else. And I'm like, that's just too many. And it even puts little, like when you go to start the movie, they put a little timer up in the corner. This one was 2 minutes and 50 seconds long for their first commercial break. And I can see the tape across the bottom there showing you where all the breaks were. And I'm like, no, cancel out of that. So they will notice that my viewing time on Prime itself will be going down, and Acorn and BritBox and Netflix and Apple TV viewing will go up. Maybe they'll get the message that way. But I think it's very unfair that they charge us a subscription every year. Now they want us to pay an extra $3 a month to go ad-free with them. Yeah, no. Anyway, that was my little bitch for the day, I guess. But yeah, Dial M for Murder. So yeah, so that's where I get my movies from. I have a very extensive DVD collection. I have 500 DVDs that are in binders where it's got room for the disc, and then it's got room for the thing in the jewel case, the information packets, the information thingy, the covers and the booklets that they have in there. They've got, yeah. I should bring one in and show you one time, but they're very heavy. But yeah, so you can put the stuff from inside the jewel case into these sleeves on the side, and then they've got places for the DVDs to go. And I've got 500 DVDs just between that, and I've found I've got 3 boxes sitting out there, and then I've got a little shelf that's underneath the TV that's got a bunch on there as well. And then I've got 3 boxes out there, and I've got another box in the craft room, and I think that might be it. I don't know. There could be more lurking around. But yeah, I have a few DVDs. I like my movies, like I like my books. And the reason you see the curtains closed all the time is because there's a pile of boxes out there, and all those boxes have books. Probably about half of the boxes out there just have books in them. And I don't have bookcases to put them on, so they just all sit out there together. And about a quarter of the boxes out there have office supplies in them, especially Post-it notes and journals, unused journals or composition books and things for writing out notes and ideas and stuff. Yeah, so I still have a lot of boxes to go through, but some I won't be getting through any time soon until I get some bookcases in. People say, you should donate your books. I'm like, yeah, but I'm one of those people that will reread. If it's a book that I've read once and I'm like, I will not read that book again, like I know I will not read it again, it gets donated. If it's a book that I know I will read again, it stays. Even fiction, even thrillers, even mystery books, I will read them again. I get triggered by something. This is what's happened with this is why I have so many movies and books. I get triggered by something, and it's sort of like I have read that or seen it somewhere. It's like a line. It'll be like I might see something happening in front of me that triggers it. I might hear a line, somebody say a sentence, and that triggers something. It'll trigger something, and I'm like, oh, yeah. What book was that in? And then and then it'll play in my brain for a few days. Sometimes it'll be a little quicker about what scene was triggered. Like a scene will get triggered, and I'll picture it in my head, even if I've read it. Or listen to it on audio, and I will sit there and go, now, what book was that in? And I will try and play out the scene, and then I'll get the scene. I'm like, okay, I've got the scene now. What book was that in? And and then when I finally remember what the book is, I've got to go read it, because now I have to remember how they got to that scene. What was it that led up to that scene? And I couldn't remember, so now I've got to go back and read the book. So I get these little flashbacks every now and again on different books or movies that I have seen. Like, I have to tell you, there is this one book. It's I got to look it up. Hang on one moment, please. I think I know what it's called. Okay, so Brad Meltzer has this book. It's called The Millionaires. It is a really, really cool story. It is one that I have read and listened to. I have the book and I have it on audio. So I have read and listened to this book multiple times, and it still gets me every single time. But the thing is that it is there's certain scenes that will come into my head that are crystal clear. Like, I have seen them on the screen crystal clear, but I can't find the movie. And the book has not been turned into a movie, but I feel like there is a movie out there that has a very similar storyline, or has the same storyline, but might have a different title. But I can't find it. And it's like, it is so clear in my when I picture these scenes, it is so clear in my head. Like, the detail is really, really clear that I feel like I have seen it before. So when I'm like listening to the audiobook, I have this crystal clear movie playing in my head. And it doesn't happen often that I get a book that I've read or listened to where I get crystal clear images in my head, like down to details and everything else. But if you're looking for a good suspense book, then check out The Millionaires by Brad Meltzer. It says here, I'm going to read the description. This is out of Amazon. The description says, two brothers are desperately chasing success to get more than Two brothers who are desperately chasing success get more than they bargained for in the suspenseful cat and mouse thriller of wealth, crime, and social climbing. It says, two brothers, three Secret Service agents, and millions for the taking. Charlie and Oliver Caruso are brothers who work at Green & Green, a private bank so exclusive there's a $2 million minimum to be a client. But when the door of success slams in their faces, the brothers are presented with an offer they can't refuse. $3 million in an abandoned account that can't be traced. It's the perfect victimless crime. Charlie and Oliver opt to take the money, but get much more than they bargained for. Now, with a lot of extra zeros in their pocket and a friend found dead, the Secret Service and a female private investigator are closing in. Whose money did they take? Will they stay alive? Why is the Secret Service trying to kill them? Both Charlie and Oliver quickly realize it's not easy being the millionaires. So it is a really, really good book. In fact, I'm going to put the link for it into the chat, into the comments here. If my mouse, I don't know what my mouse is doing these days. Can't post. I don't want to post it for that. So it won't let me. Oh, it didn't go into YouTube today. Oh, no, I'm going to have to get this into YouTube. Oh, it's only gone on Facebook. Isn't that interesting? Okay. Then with that, I'm out of here. I'm going to go get this put on YouTube, and I'll put the link for the book into the comments because it won't let me post on Facebook. I didn't realize that YouTube hadn't gone live as well. Anyway, I'm out of here. If you need a good movie, go see Dial M for Murder from 1954. It is really good. And it's what I love about these older movies is that there's no cell phones, there's no computers, there's no internet. So there's no instant access to everything. They have to do everything the old-fashioned way with dial up with actual real telephones that you actually got to dial dial buttons, spin a dial on to dial the numbers and things. And unless somebody's answering that phone, you don't know if they're there or they're not there. It's really cool. So anyway, go out, have a super fantastic sparkling evening, and we'll catch you guys back here tomorrow evening at 6